Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Fiction in Real Life. We're so happy to have you with us, and we have some really great stories today to talk about. Let's do a quick introduction. I'm Julie Daines. I'm here with Heather Moore, Jen Geigle Johnson, and Jennifer Moore. And before we get right into our really fun stories today, let's see if anyone has a quick book update that they want to talk about. The writing life update. Heather?
So I am just basically kind of researching and drafting a book that's actually set during World War II, and I think I brought it up before. It's set in Indonesia, so all brand new stuff information for me. So I'm neck deep in that.
That's really exciting. I just wanted to briefly mention that Jen and myself and Jennifer are all involved in this anthology that is up for pre-order. It comes out May 1st. And we are really, we are really trying to get a lot of orders for this because all of the proceeds, all of it goes to an animal rescue charity. So if you've got 99 cents rolling around in your Amazon account, you get 20 short stories from 20 authors. It's a great deal. And then Jen?
Yeah, I love that anthology we're a part of, and I can't wait to read your stories even in it. So that's fun. I am editing kind of a project of my heart. It's a story. It's set in early Georgian times of an actress named Sarah Siddons, and I've been working on this for over a year, and I am in the final editing stages before anyone else gets to see it. And I'm
okay. I just have to chime in and say that I have a book coming out in December, and Sarah Siddons is kind of briefly mentioned in that because my person is an actress. So that's kind of funny, that little tie-in.
Oh, I want to know, can I read your book before it comes out? Can you just please send it to me? Okay, I need your book.
Okay, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, Jennifer? Anyway, I am in love with this actress. I think she's an awesome person, and I'm thrilled for this book to come out. But it won't be until 2023, so it's going to be a while. But I'm in the middle of editing it. So
well, that's only next year. I mean, it really does. It's coming up.
It's true. Good point. It's not that far away.
It's not that far.
Jennifer?
Okay, and I have kind of an exciting thing. We had a cover reveal for my book. I was sure the wrong way. Healing Hazel, and this is our giveaway today. So for some commenter, I have this arc, but isn't that, how do I get it? Oh, there we go.
So pretty.
So that is super exciting. So everyone make sure you comment so that you can be entered to win an arc. There's only a couple of those out in circulation, so you'll be lucky if you can get your hands on one. All right. So we kind of have some really funny stuff today, all centered around, well, I like to call it mall mishaps, although our first story is Walmart. But either way, this one was submitted by one of my good friends, Garth. And so Heather's going to tell this story.
Okay, prepare yourself for a wild story. It's a little bit tragic, but it's based on a true story. So like Julie said, this was submitted by Garth. And he was a store manager of a Walmart supercenter in Vernal, Utah. And one Father's Day, they had a man walk in who was a proud dad, and he had received an exotic parrot for Father's Day. And Garth was kind of funny and just said, well, of course, when you receive a parrot, you want to take it to Walmart and show it off. So that's what this guy did. So I guess in the Walmart in Vernal, the deli is close to the beginning or the front entrance at the store. And in the deli, if you're familiar with Walmart, they have deep fryers and ovens. So the guy comes in and the parrot decides to fly around, and there's nothing anyone can do, just wait for the parrot to land. And apparently the parrot goes straight for the deli and dives into a deep fryer.
Oh gosh.
And so the Walmart employee, the associate, grabs the bird out. I don't know how that worked. Maybe they had gloves on
or they probably used the fry catcher thing.
Yeah, exactly. And pulls the bird out, and the bird is moving, and they think, okay, we saved the bird. The bird's okay. The man is super distressed, and as it's like, as the bird is kind of flopping around, it somehow gets into the deep fryer ceiling. Spelled SEALING. And I'm not 100% sure what that is, but basically it boils again, and the bird is lost. The bird perishes. So the man didn't even like stick around. He just ran out of the store, crying and distressed. And so then the aftermath, the deli had to shut down for the day. They had to clean out everything that the bird had been in, and replace the oil and everything. So this was just definitely a store mishap that I feel really bad for everybody involved. The bird, number one, and the man who brought the bird into the store, and all the Walmart employees and all the customers, everyone that had to deal with that. In fact, I have a sister in Vernal, and I'm going to ask her if she's been there for
the great parrot
20 years. Yeah. So she might have heard about it, or she's never said anything about it. So she was obviously not there, but she might have heard about it at least.
Well, that is quite a story. So let's see. Jennifer, would you book it?
I wouldn't book it. It's terrible. It's so sad. And also, I mean, I just think what the port employees were probably, I don't know if parrots make like screaming noises while they're flopping and burned. And it's got to be so sad and kind of gross. And I don't know. I don't think so, but I did appreciate hearing about it.
All right, Jen, what about you? Would you book it?
So gently stated, Jennifer. That was just so, yeah, I can't book that. I could never book that. That poor bird. And I wonder what the heck it was thinking of all the places to go in the whole store, the whole of Walmart.
Right. Why dive right into the deep fryer?
I just can't. So I have a very large not booking it. Refuse to book the poor parrot dying scene. But Garth, thank you for that story. It was in fact incredibly odd. You're right. I've never heard of that before in my life. So
yeah. Heather, what about you?
I'd probably have to say no as well, for all the reasons everyone stated. Also, I did think about, since I was able to read this story in advance, I did think about why did the bird do that, and I think maybe the smell of the deli attracted it, and maybe it was hungry. As far as like a vat of burning oil, maybe it looked like a golden pond. I don't know. I don't know enough about parrots to know what attracts them, but it's definitely a tragedy.
All right. Well, I think I might book it. I don't know. I do have this crazy penchant for morbid things, and I am part of the Save the Animals anthology, but I feel like it could make some kind of really interesting introduction, first chapter to the story of some guy, maybe the person working in the deli, maybe a Walmart employee. I don't know. But it is definitely stranger than fiction.
Strange. And
all right.
So expensive, right? I think parrots are thousands of dollars.
Yeah, right. It is
I'm sure.
It's a real loss.
Obviously, it's more tragic that it was.
And it was probably, I would assume it's something that he had wanted and asked for, because you don't just randomly give someone an exotic bird.
Parrot, by the way.
Yeah.
That will live for 50 or 75 years, right? Until it hits the oil. Okay, sorry, that was bad. All right, we have another good story from Jen this time.
Mine's a lot more lighthearted. Get ready to smile. This is a smiley story. Okay, so there is a man named David Weinlick, and he lived in there he is with his beautiful new bride. So he was tired of the dating scene, and he wanted to get married, but he just was done continually asking girls out. So he asked 55 of his friends and family to help choose his bride. And they decided to do it in a mall. So this is our mall mishap, except it turns out really a good thing, actually. So maybe a mall success story. So 55 of his friends and family set up an event, and the women are invited to come, and they advertise it all over the mall. 23 show up, and they fill out a survey, and then they're encouraged to talk to somebody that has a delegate badge on. And those people with the delegate badges are interviewing all of the candidates. And they are 55 of this man David's closest friends and family. And they work out together, they vote, they talk, and they discuss, and they choose the woman they think is best for David. out of all this whole process. So it's kind of like Bachelor, but not televised. And back in it was 1998, actually. I thought it was 80s, but 90s. So then they make a decision and they choose Elizabeth Runcie, who you see pictured here. And when he meets her and they talk, it is literally love at first sight for both of them. His friends and family knew him so well, and they matched up so well that within a week they planned their wedding. And in that same spot in the mall, she walked down the aisle on his arm, and they got married. Now, I thought that was crazy, and I thought, oh my word, surely this didn't last. But I looked it up, and apparently they had 4 children together. They lived for their whole wedding life together. They renewed their vows, and the year that he found out he had terminal cancer. So many years together, happy marriage, literally in love. And his wife was chosen by his closest friends and family. Crazy.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
That is darling. I mean, that is just amazing, first of all.
It really is amazing. It's amazing. All right, let's start again with Jennifer. Would you book it?
I would book it. That is a darling romantic story. And I love arranged marriages and all that kind of stuff and the cool dynamics it adds to a story. So yep, book it.
All right, Heather?
I would book it. I mean, that is so... the premise is super fun. Like, obviously, it could be just a really fun romantic comedy, in the beginning. But, if you took through their whole life, then, it's kind of a hard ending. But as far as, like, the beginning, the setup, that to me is just modern day matchmaking at its finest. So it's a fun story.
It's amazing that it worked out, right? Jen, how about you? Would you book it?
Oh, absolutely. My romantic heart could not resist that story. It is so fun. And I love the angle of all the friends and what questions they asked. And there's so much you could do with that. And
it's crazy that it worked out.
Yeah. I mean, and he trusted them. He was just like, I'm done, whoever it is. And then you got to wonder who responds to that ad and just shows up, to get married. The whole thing is so many questions are fun to write about. So for sure, I would book that.
All right. Well, me having to be contrary, I would not book it, only for the reason that I don't really write contemporary fiction. I always write historical. But honestly, I think someone who does write contemporary and who has talent in that area could make a whole book out of just that one day of the mall. Don't you think? Just the way it all happened.
Yeah, I think so too. It's really the crowning achievement is that they got married, and it's fun to know they lived happily ever after and they had all these 4 children. But in a romance, usually it's getting to that point of I do.
Yeah, I can picture just a really cute contemporary romance with a lot of texting involved and all that kind of stuff, and it'd be fun and very cute. All right. Well, that's our main show for today, our stories that we wanted to talk about that we all thought were stranger than fiction. So as just a reminder, if you have a story that you think is weird or odd or crazy, then send it by email to fictionirlauthors@gmail.com. And if you want to never miss an episode, you can also subscribe on our Fiction IRL channel on YouTube. So that's another option.
And can I interrupt? We have comments. One of them says Facebook user. So type your name, Facebook user.
Yeah, if we don't know who you are, then if you end up being drawn, then...
Well, I think when we go onto our Facebook page, we can see the name. Okay. But because it's a StreamYard platform, like there's something the Facebook user has to do to allow StreamYard to show their name. So I think we can still see their names.
Okay, perfect.
And it's funny because she said, Julie, you could totally make that medieval.
No, then I was like,
I don't know. Where's the mall? Like they're all like in the muddy market with the cows and the sheep. I mean, I guess that would be fun. And there was another hilarious joke here where someone said that parrot story reminds her of the joke about the parrot that was swearing all the time. So they put it in the freezer to punish it. And then the parrot comes out and says, "What did the chicken do?" Anyway, I thought that was clever. So anyway, join us next time. We will be meeting on May 11th. For our next episode of Fiction in Real Life. We will pick a winner and get that ARC sent out. And thanks for joining us for
Fiction
in
Real
Life.
See you later, everyone.
Thanks.